So our next presenter is Mary Ryan, and she heads up TD Ameritrade U. I want to, before we introduce Mary, just say a special thank you to TD. They're also one of our sponsors, and this event could not have happened without you guys, so thank you very much. Round of applause for TD. So Mary Ryan is currently leading the TD Ameritrade University program, including development and managing a variety of trading-related education and events. She started with Thinkorswim in 2006 and has held many changing and challenging roles over the years. Her diversity of positions started in the customer service support team. She then worked in the Forex department before becoming a broker on the Thinkorswim trade desk. Shortly after starting with TD Ameritrade acquisition of Thinkorswim, Ms. Ryan transitioned from the trade desk to the trader group, where she has held a variety of roles involving client education events and partnership initiatives. Please put your hands together for Mary Ryan.
Hi, so I'm Mary, and I am also in student loan debt. I'm actually going to show you why I'm in student loan debt, along with my friend Pat over here, who is also in student loan debt himself. Are you still in school? Yeah, okay. So Pat's going to be driving some of the stuff you guys are going to see on the screen that I'm blind to, so we're going to do our best. So if you see me gesturing, I apologize in advance. But as Jordan said, my name is Mary Ryan, and I run the university program at TD Ameritrade. And I know a lot of the theme and people speaking to you guys today was a lot about going out there, kind of entrepreneurship, start of mind, starting your own business, and that's kind of how TDAU came to be. I was a college dropout a few different times, tried my hand at nursing, tried my hand at culinary arts, and my sister at the time was a trader at the floor and got me a job at Thinkorswim. Started as interning, started with the acquisition, got a full-time job, and then I decided to go back to school. So I called my parents, I'm like, guess what, I want to do finance, because I had all my trading licenses. Sure, Mayor, go back to college. Sure, third time's the charm. So I was a finance student, and after my second finance class, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. Called my mom and dad, and I said, guess what, I no longer want to be a finance major. And my mom was like, seriously? Saw this coming a mile away? And I said, no, I'm not dropping out. I want to switch to entrepreneurship because you see, in my finance classes, we're using this technology that stinks. It's horrible. I was killing it in my finance classes because I had access to Thinkorswim, and I had live data versus in my classes where we had delayed data of 20 minutes. So I was doing well, but I kind of made it a personal mission and a goal to make trading technology available to universities for free at no cost. So I switched to entrepreneurship, and this was actually my senior class project. I didn't exactly tell my bosses what I was doing. This was like a school project I was working on. So within 10 weeks of my senior class project, we went from 10 universities to 60, and now we work with 450 universities across the US, so it's a lot of fun. I get to travel and teach college kids how to use our trading technology. I work with UCF here. I think I'm the one you guys email for your discounted rates when you email Mary at Thinkorswim. Yes, that is me. I met a few of you guys downstairs. So that's what I do. So TD Ameritrade U, we provide your professors the ability to implement the Thinkorswim technology within the classroom. I will show you guys that in a couple minutes. Any questions on that so far? We're good. What Carrie and John right here are passing out to you guys is a book called How to Thinkorswim. Does anybody here have a copy of this yet? Before being here? Okay. You guys did? Are you guys UCF? Where at? Okay, cool. So what this book is, it's about 84 pages, I think, of how to use our technology and investing. So my favorite thing about the book starts with what the heck is a stock anyways? And within 5 pages, we're showing you how to actually go ahead and place that trade on our technology. The cool thing is it's the actual same exact technology that our 6 million clients trade on every single day. So it goes all the way through advanced options. We don't touch on futures and Forex. The way this book came to be is I coincidentally run the internship program in Chicago. and a few summers ago, gave some of our existing content and gave it to the interns and said, circle this, whatever does not make sense. Like, we get it. Things do not make sense the first time you're learning about trading, investing. Let us know and help us rewrite it into a way that makes sense. It's also available on the website, Patrick, under the resources tab. So it's available there. And above that, we actually have an online learning center. So you're asking about how you learn about investing. We have a bunch of online resources, tlc.thinkorswim.com. Pat has it up there. Hundreds of videos of actually how to learn and use our technology. Oh, it's right here. I can see things. So again, you can access this website, tlc.thinkorswim.com. Later, I'll show you how to access it from the actual Thinkorswim trading application. But again, our job is to provide college students the resources, the technology, everything live data free for you guys so you can learn. The best part about it is it's paper money, which means it's not real money. So if you screw up, we have a reset button, so you can just start over again. So that is TD Ameritrade U in a nutshell. And what I'm going to touch on next is something called the Thinkorswim Challenge. Has anybody here heard of the Thinkorswim Challenge? Did you guys participate? What was your team name? Okay, we're going to look up a team from UCF anyways. Okay, we won't pull it up. Pat? Okay, so in Chicago a couple years ago, my boss turns around and looks at me. It's like around March Madness. He's like, it'll be really cool. We should have a trading competition for college kids to trade, and it'll be this and this. And you just kind of roll your eyes. I'm like, yeah, sure. So we just completed our second national trading competition called the Thinkorswim Challenge. And it actually goes on in the fall. So this past year, we had 475 teams from 167 universities, all within the U.S. They compete for 4 weeks in the fall, a portfolio of $500,000. You are in teams of 3 to 4. All students have to be from the same university, grad school, undergrad, we let you mix. And you compete against each other for 4 weeks in a trading account. And we intentionally do it over earnings season, so that way you have to do a little bit of research, and it's actually a lot of fun. First prize, $30,000 goes to the university, and each student on the team receives a new iPad and $3,000 in a funded account. Second place, $20,000 to the university, $2,000 funded account to each student on the team, and an iPad as well. Third place, $1,000 in account, $10,000 to the school, and a $100 Amazon gift card. And then we have weekly winners. So even if you're in last place and you have a really good second or third week and you have the highest P&L percentage, we give you a prize. You get a $500,000 or $500. Hold on, $500,000 in this paper money. We give you $500 in the funded account. So registration will launch again in September. We actually had 12 teams from Florida last year. So Pat, if you scroll down a little bit on this site and click on the state of Florida, you guys did good. You're one of the green states, so good job. Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause for that. Oh, wait. Biotech Nights, there you guys are, sorry. You guys ended up in the red, but overall as a state, you guys did. Pat, if you go ahead and actually click on the Midas Capital Management team. Cool. So the fun part about the competition is when you're trading in our trading competition, unlike other ones, it's all live data. So there's no manipulating the market. There's really not any cheating that we allow you to do. Fun fact internally, before we let you guys compete, we do this as a firm to test all the technology on the back end. We have our traders trying to manipulate the system to no avail, so that way we can make sure you guys can. So we do a lot of that on the back end. But also what you can see is there's open positions in trade history. We actually give you guys the ability to see what each other is trading and what's in your portfolio, but there's a 48-hour delay. So with earnings and everything, you can't see what a team did right away, so you can't cheat in that regard, but we do allow for that visibility. So that way you can say, hey, how was that team in first place? What companies are they investing in? And you can go ahead and actually see it. So again, we will be hosting the Thinkorswim Challenge, the 3rd annual one in the fall. So if you guys are still enrolled in school next year, we hope to have you participate. Hopefully you guys, Biotech Nights, you end up in the green if you participate again, but it's a lot of fun. Did you guys have fun? Yeah, okay. Because I know you guys had quite a few teams. You guys had, what, 6? Are any of these 3 guys actually on the team here today?
I'm on one of them, on the Bulls Parade.
Okay, you're on the Bulls Parade. Were you green or red?
At the time we finished, it was green.
Yes, we held all the positions in the account, so you might as well have been at a different place. But now it's how your portfolio would have been performed if you didn't make any modifications, I think is what we're pulling. But congrats, thanks for participating. I was excited when I saw UCF here, and I was like, yes, we know some of those guys. All right, so enough about TD Ameritrade U and the Thinkorswim Challenge. We're going to move over to the Thinkorswim trading platform, which Patrick's going to pull up. All right, so how many of you guys are in a finance course right now? Okay. One of the things when I was doing well in my finance courses for that semester, do you guys ever have professors have you go on to different websites and research different news stories, and then you have to write an article and submit it? Do you guys have to do those? Yeah. Show you a quick way, as long as your professors aren't in here, to make your life a lot easier. Pat, we didn't discuss this. I'm going to throw you for a loop here. On the left-hand side of our trading application, we have something called Use the News. So Pat, if you click on that thing that looks at a price tag at the top of it, up a little bit, yep, right there, click on that guy. What you can do is set up a watch list in here based on certain, you can see like earnings or different sectors. So I'd always have the professor be like, you know what, this week I want you guys to go out, do a research on a company in a tech sector that's in the news, go ahead, write up this article. So what I would do is click on tech sector, Pat, hit save and close, and then scroll down and find it, and click on it. There's 6 companies right now that are active in the market that are in the news right now in regards to, for some reason. What I would then do is go to live news, Pat. I don't think I have it on here. That's all right. Throw up live news. And you can put in one of those symbols, or any symbol actually, but for the tech sector, we'll pull one up. He didn't remember. Throw an apple. AAPL. Anyways, go ahead and click on one. Here it'll tell you the news story of what's going on with that company. So right now we have Apple up there. Every article of any of the vendors that we have, any story that's currently going on with Apple. And what I would do is I'd read the news stories, I'd find which one I thought was the most interesting. At the bottom, we tell you the news source. Then I'd go to that website and actually print out the article, like I really went ahead and scoured the internet for it, and then do my write-up based on, I had all the information since I went through all of them and skimmed them. So if you are in those courses, I saw quite a few hands. I was doing this usually 20 minutes before every class, and it'll save you a lot of time. Thanks, Pat. Yeah, so hopefully if you guys use this software, you'll find that of value as I did. Anyways, so now Pat's on what we call an Analyze tab, and we already pre-populated this, but he's on one of the Fundamentals tabs, and we have Apple in there. Who here has heard of Apple? Okay, just kidding. If not, I'm a little worried. So we threw an Apple in here, and here's another thing that'll help you guys when you're investing in the markets or for your courses is you'll see here, at the top, there's a lot of research reports in here that you can download. If you're doing research for a project, having to do a stock pitch, you guys can grab this research directly from the platform. And then also below that, it goes into in depth about what Apple is. And scroll down a little bit more. Up a little higher. Where are the numbers? We'll give you all the financials. There we go. Perfect. So here in your courses, when you guys are learning about the financial statements, we have all of them available for all the publicly traded companies that we list. And here you can find them quarterly, annually, and you can pull them up directly here in the platform. The reason I like to point this out is this is somewhat of a newer feature in the platform. Back when we were Thinkorswim, we were built out for derivatives traders, and we didn't have this information. If I had this when I was my finance courses, maybe I wouldn't have switched, but then again, I wouldn't have been here, but this should be pretty helpful for you guys as well. So here, I want to show you that. From here, Pat, we are gonna go to the trade tab. And we have Disney selected. So I'm kind of excited to talk about Disney because this is my first time ever in Disney in my whole entire life. I know. I'm in Chicago. I'm from Chicago, so I was so excited. Like, my friends yesterday were like, get off Instagram. Like, we get it. You're excited. No, seriously. So we have this really cool tool in our platform called Company Profile. And I usually actually talk about Disney whenever, as an example, because I think it's a great company. So it's kind of ironic to be talking about Disney, being at Disney. It's kind of like an inception thing for me right now. So Pat, go ahead and click on Company Profile. And what this tool does, it's pretty awesome. You can actually get in here and see what drives the revenue of a company, right? So up until a few weeks ago, ESPN is actually how Disney made a majority of its money, because when you're paying your cable bill, the most money, if you drill down into it, the most expensive channel you pay for outside of like HBO and Showtime is ESPN. It is the most expensive one. Well, with Netflix and Chill, and Amazon Prime, more people are getting away from cable. Is there anyone here that doesn't have cable and is Netflix and Amazon Prime, right? So it's like, well, what are the Disney parks and resorts? Yeah, they're opening in Shanghai. You hear about how they've redesigned it, and it's like, what's going on? Yeah, so Pat and I are staying at this hotel. We have these. Yeah. They know that I just had with Carrie at lunch today. Disney knows I just had a chicken bacon club ranch and a Coke at the Wave restaurant. They know where I'm at right now. They know what time I got to my room last night. They know where I'm at any given time in big data. These are smart. John, who's in the room, if you guys get the opportunity to go to our TD Ameritrade booth, he's the managing director of all trader products that we do. And he actually went to the company that helped design these and build all of it out. So he actually got to go and see all of it. But yeah, Disney's smart. I fell for this. Do you know how easy it is just to swipe things? It's my room key. It's how I get in and out of my door. It's great. I wish I got a different color, but it matches today. So anyways, so you guys are going to be around Disney today. So go ahead and click on Park and Resorts. And click on the U.S. theme parks. So we dive into the numbers here and let you get interactive. So say you ditch a session here or there, you go walk around the park, and you think attendance is kind of lower than what you would expect for this time of year. So Pat, go ahead and, yep. What you can do is, well, I already moved it. You can actually modify that line here. The red one, yep, go ahead and move that, Pat. Just drag it anywhere. What you'll see on the side, it's going to go ahead and change that price based on what you think of that indicator of the attendance of what you think the estimated stock price. So even if you click down below, actually on ESPN too. So here you can see the fee subscription for ESPN as well, and you can go ahead and click on that one. And you think maybe they'll decrease the cost of ESPN so that way cable bill and you guys are going to stop Netflixing and chilling or whatever it is, Amazon Prime. And you can modify it here and you'll see how it'll go ahead and adjust the stock price. It's pretty cool, right? Q, throw in Pepsi in there for me. So you know there's that age-old debate, Pepsi versus Coke? Whoa. I wasn't expecting that, but okay, so wait, who's Pepsi? Pepsi? Coca-Cola? All right, well, actually, you know what would be interesting to know? Does Disney have both products here? see? Disney, Coca-Cola. So if you're long, Disney, Coca-Cola, but that's not a recommendation. Anyways, so you'll see Coca-Cola. You can stay here, Pat, before we go back to Pepsi. This is the breakdown of how Coca-Cola makes all their money. It's all beverage products, right? You see Coca-Cola, you see Sprite, Diet Coke, Minute Maid. Go ahead and throw in Pepsi. Sorry, Pat's new. No, I'm just kidding. He knows the platform well. It's just, it's not pulling up. I'll take a minute. All right. Well, I'll talk to it. Go ahead and throw in LinkedIn. I'll finish this and go over to LinkedIn. So anyways, what I was going to show you, if Pepsi just populated, Pepsi actually makes most of their money from food products. It's Frito-Lay, it's Quaker Oats, and when you see the breakdown of the revenue of how they get it, Pepsi products is going to be down here. So when you think of Pepsi versus Coke, and when you're investing in those companies, Pepsi, you're more investing in food versus Coke, where you're actually in that. And that's what this tool does a really good job of breaking down the revenue sources. The reason I had Pat put in LinkedIn, how many of you guys have a LinkedIn account? You guys should all have LinkedIn accounts. Highly recommend it. No? Okay, this guy's no. The reason I like to show up LinkedIn is because we all have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter accounts. LinkedIn is one of the only social companies that doesn't make their revenue from advertising. So that's why I had Pat show that one here, as well as throw up Facebook. Sorry. I have to. So here's where you can go ahead and see Facebook makes all their money from advertising. Pretty interesting, right, how they make some of their money? All right. So we're going to move on from this tool. And can you go over to the Monitor tab? All right. So here I have a mock portfolio of a bunch of stocks that I put together. This is a paperMoney portfolio. I will admit I do invest in some of these companies in my own personal portfolio. But the reason I like to show this is because when you start thinking about investing and trading into your own account for the first couple times, a lot of questions the most frequent question I get is, how do I know what company to invest in? Or where should I go? So one of the things that we like to talk about at TD Ameritrade is to invest in, Warren Buffett, Peter Lynch, invest in what you know, but you are the consumer of so many products. So I would say I always start looking right here on my phone, because every month I pay about $150 to AT&T for my phone. And I know there's Verizon, there's T-Mobile, but I know I'm never getting rid of my phone, so it makes sense to me to invest in a company that I pay my bill. Maybe you think AT&T is the worst company ever, and you're, pay your bill to Verizon. I look at things like that. I travel a lot. I get stranded a lot. So I'm addicted to Candy Crush. You can invest in Candy Crush. It's King, K-I-N-G. That's the Irish company that develops it. I have paid more money than I would like to admit for extra lives. You'll also see Love on there, L-U-V, that's Southwest. I fly a lot on Southwest. Zynga. The reason Zynga's on there, has anyone ever heard of Zynga? Yeah, those really annoying Farmville requests you get on Facebook, that's that company. You can invest in them. I have Tesla on there because one day, hopefully, I do that. Shake Shack. You're Shake Shack fans? All right. Fun fact, Shake Shack IPO'd on my birthday last year on January 30th. So this year we convinced our boss to buy Shake Shack for the office. So we have that in Chicago. The reason I like to talk about Shake Shack is with the recent IPO. You would think they'd be a big disruptor in this space, but McDonald's I have in my portfolio. They've been killing it the last quarter, if you guys paid attention. The reason I like McDonald's, breakfast 24 hours a day now. So now Shake Shack will probably have to come back. But anyways, you'll see, GoPro, Nike. I'm in high heels at the office. I'm in Nikes every day. I have more than I should admit. But here's a whole portfolio that is kind of tailored to what my interests are, of me particularly. And that's kind of how I view investing. And with that company profile tool, going over to the fundamentals, you can get into and draw down into the different companies when you guys are investing in paperMoney and Thinkorswim. So if you guys are not already using Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade U, you should. If you're in a finance club, we give access. We have finance clubs that on semester-long or year-long portfolio competitions where they compete against each other. Again, completely free. It's all live data, but it's a lot of fun. If you guys have specific questions about Thinkorswim, we actually have a large booth downstairs in the exhibit hall with TD Ameritrade. And John Hart, who is in charge of our technology, as well as traders from our trade desk, are downstairs if you guys have any questions relating to trading or investing. And then tonight, is anyone sticking around tonight? My boss? No. JJ Kinahan, he's a frequent guest on CNBC. He's actually going to be speaking tonight, so if you're around tonight, you guys should come back, stick around and see JJ speak. Is that at 6 or 6? It's from 6 to 8, and I believe it's downstairs, but if you guys are around, you should definitely stick around for that. Other than that, there's about 4.5 minutes if anybody has any questions. No? Where can students access this? So when you go to the TD Ameritrade U website, it's going to look like it's more for professors to register. So what you can do is just shoot me an email and I can help you get set up on the paperMoney. My email is just mary@thinkorswim.com. So if and when you do open a brokerage account at TD Ameritrade and you want the student discount rate that some of these guys in here are just talking to, that's the same email address that you can send over to me and we can help take care of your account. And we can set you up. And one more thing, Pat, can you go to Twitter? Yeah, follow me on Twitter. This is actually me. It's my corporate handle for TDAU, and that's actually you guys. So if you guys are on Twitter, go ahead, follow us. And then actually when you tweet at it, that's actually why my phone is actually going off, because it's me. So if you guys have any questions, you can shoot me an email or feel free to tweet. It's usually myself or somebody else handling it. Any other questions? Oh. We'll go here and then here.
For the competition, are options derivatives allowed?
They are. For the Thinkorswim Challenge, yes, options and derivatives trading are allowed. I will say we have a specific watch list that's in the paperMoney. We take the most liquid companies. We take the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, and the Dow Jones. And we threw in like Shake Shack, GoPro, Twitter, some of the companies that are more recent and more. And then this year we added additional ETFs, like the VIX, for students to go ahead and trade. And the other caveat as well is we have a 10% allocation rule, so you have to diversify your portfolio, and that goes for stocks and options. We calculate it, so that way, you can't put half your portfolio in long calls and something that kills earnings, and so we make it a little bit difficult. There are some rules in place that you can find on the website. Pardon? Oh, okay. Yep, it's stocks and options. We don't have futures or Forex, but I think those are pretty much the only rules we have on it. But it's fun. And registration starts on Labor Day. And if you're not registered by that day, September 26th, for some reason every year, because we watch the Google Analytics, everybody registers on the last day. So if you do participate, don't give me that heart attack thinking that no one's going to register. Register right away. Makes people like Pat and I pretty happy when just get it out of the way. Then you don't have to worry about it. Cool. Thank you for driving, Pat. You did an excellent job.
Are there any tutorials on how to use the software?
Yes, there are. So Pat earlier showed the tlc.thinkorswim, which is our learning center, and you can access it from the TD Ameritrade U website under resources. It's also listed in here And this lovely manual you received of how to Thinkorswim is going to also show you how to use the software as well. And then if you want more, you can contact me and we can send you additional resources, but for right now, this is usually a pretty good starting point. That's it. All right. How did Pat do? Did everyone think Pat did an okay job? Good job, Pat.